evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Flamboro Downs for this Sunday evening. Our first dash will go to post in approximately 15 minutes. Track is listed as fast. The announcer is listed as slow. Should be a great night of action. Let's get a look at the changes. No changes, races 1 through 5. No changes, races 1 through 5. Race number 6, scratched is number 5, Darkness Cooks. Race 6, scratch number 5, Darkness Cooks. Race 7, no changes. Race number 8, scratched is number 3, Adriatico Hanover. Race 8, scratch 3, Adriatico Hanover. Also, fans, note we have a carryover into the Pick 5 pool of $3,291. That first race, Pick 5 carryover, $3,291. for the first on parade. 1 Puff Slash Shadow Jerply for David Fry and Sarah Fry. And number 2, Aaron Wood, Big Mac. Anthony Hahn for Tim Myers and David Omcholi. 3 is Belmont Blazer, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen. And number 4, Country Grace, George Ketros drives the trains and owns. Number 5 is Purely Wicked, Jonathan Drury for Victoria McInnes and Robin Morley. Number 6, State 1, Smiley, Austin Sorry for Gaston Dumont. And number 7 is All Right, All Right, All Right, Jason Ryan for Zachary Carroll and Karen Carroll. Field of 7, race number 1. Well, fans, Aaronwood Big Mac is likely to go off at 1 to 9. It's 2 to 5 right now, but I think it's going to drop all the way down. Just been crushing the field in each of the last 3. Moved up to this level last race and just sat on the outside and just wore down the leader and then just cruised on by. And Anthony Hahn just did not hurry with Aaronwood Big Mac because he knew that he was better than the rest of them, and right now has 6 wins and a second in the past 8 starts. The only one that didn't work well was a start at Sarnia that just still raced in 53-2, but the race went in 51-3 at Sarnia, a grassroots. So Aaronwood Big Mac not up to it that day, but every other start has been really outstanding. And the only other non-win in the last 8 starts was second beaten ahead at Mohawk in 52 flat. Aaronwood Big Mac, big chance to crush this field, I believe. 2 to 5 on the board. Anthony Hahn for Tim Myers. And others to look at. Number 3, Belmont Blazer. Well, was second to Aaronwood Big Mac last time home. Was the leader that Aaronwood Big Mac sat to the outside of. And then went on by fairly easily late in the mile. And Belmont Blazer, certainly good, can blast out again and be on the exactor ticket. Belmont Blazer, Travis Cullen, Jody Cullen, strong connection, 7-2. The most logical play for the exactor ticket. But number 6, State 1, Smiley, last race here, just, tired badly in the late going. The start before that was a very good second, beaten a nose from post 8. This one has a lot of good form overall when you look down the page. 8 out of 13 in the top 2. Last year, won 8 out of 13 races. So State 1, Smiley, I'm going to state I expect this one to bounce back and be very strong. State 1, Smiley, Austin Sorry for Gaston Dumont. I expect a huge rebound here and is 8-1. And then one more is number 7, All Right, All Right, All Right, also 8-1 on the board, and one that's been mostly a fringe player. But if you're looking for the superfecta, well, this is one that landed on the superfecta in 4 of the last 6 starts. And All Right, All Right, All Right, Jason Ryan for Zachary Carroll. I think I'll be closing late to pick up a minor share, a third or a fourth. All Right is on the board also at 8-1 along with State 1 Smiley. But the action will come hard for Aaronwood Big Mac, and I think the second best in here is Belmont Blazer. Whether they wind up going that way, 1-2, because oftentimes the top 2 don't end up in the top 2 spots because the race unfolds differently, and we'll see. But Aaronwood Big Mac, heavily favored as expected. Gate is rolling for race number one. Puff slash Shadow, Aaron Wood, Big Mac. In the center of Belmont Blazer, Country Grace, and Purely Wicked. And on the outside, State One Smiley and All Right, All Right, All Right. They're at the start of the rough. Belmont Blazer, Country Grace, and then Puff slash Shadow. Aaron Wood, Big Mac, relaxed away fourth, and Purely Wicked, State One Smiley, and All Right, All Right, All Right is back trailing the field as they work their way on into the backstretch. And Belmont Blazer, blazing early, is already out to a lead right now of about 4.5 lengths, and quickly up and moving. Aaron Wood, Big Mac challenging Country Grace for second, but Country Grace is second right now. Aaron Wood, Big Mac is probably going to tuck back along to the inside and is about 4.5 off the lead as they race past the opening quarter. Puff slash Shadow is racing fourth. Then it is Purely Wicked, State One Smiley, and All Right, All Right, All Right. And the field works their way off that turn, heading up towards the half. And Belmont Blazer at 7-1 is leading right now and is in front by about 4 or 5 lengths. Looking to bottom out the field, Country Grace is second. Aaron Wood, Big Mac has stepped out now, realizes he's got to get moving. Then Puff slash Shadow, Purely Wicked, State One Smiley, and All Right, All Right, All Right. But Belmont Blazer continues to blaze. On past the half they go. Belmont Blazer with a lead of about 4.5. Country Grace second. Aaron Wood, Big Mac took out and just doesn't have it right now. Then Purely Wicked, All Right, All Right, All Right, and Puff slash Shadow, and State One Smiley. They head on by 3/4, and Belmont Blazer at 7-1 continues on. Belmont Blazer, Country Grace, Aaron Wood, Big Mac is kicked in now but has a big amount of work to do. And racing fourth is Purely Wicked. It is Belmont Blazer. Aaron Wood, Big Mac is digging but has to work hard to catch up. It is Belmont Blazer on down the stretch drive. Belmont Blazer is going to pull the upset. Aaron Wood, Big Mac second, then Country Grace, and All Right, All Right, All Right. Back in front of us, the winner of race one, number 3, Belmont Blazer, Travis Cullen with the winning drive. Belmont Blazer, 3-year-old Big Jim Bay gelding, owned by Travis Cullen, trained by Jody Cullen. Second win for Belmont Blazer this year and fourth lifetime. The first race payouts 3 Belmont Blazers, $16 to 72.10. 2 Aaronwood Big Mac, 210, 4 Country Grace, 430. $2 Actor 2020, Dollar Try 86.10, Dollar Super 475.95, 20-cent Super 95 at 19. First race, order of finish from the top, 7213564. That's 7213564. Field on post parade for the second. One is Northern Drifter, Daryl Cheeson for Keith Jones and Doug McCarthy. Number 2 is Macedonia, Anthony Hunt for Dale Fritz and Edward Aitchison. Number 3 is Eight Way Roller, Sammy Filia for Julie Walker and Nancy Holmes and Yvonne Parmentier. And number 4 is Uncle Douglas, Travis Henry for Mark Etzel and Jeffrey Leafso and Paul Burbricht. And number 5 is St. Mike's Carey Blues, Damian McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolando Fellows and Edward Wilson and Steve McGill and Patrick Dillon. Field of 5 trotters for this Prospect Series, 3-year-old colts. And let's look at this field. And number 5, St. Mike's Carey Blues, 8 wins in 15 starts on the year. Well, when you add up the wins in the win column this season for the rest of the field, they add up to 8 as well. So St. Mike's Carey Blues on even terms with the other 4 here in terms of total wins. St. Mike's Carey Blues. Last time I tried Mohawk in a nominators at 2, finishing 5th, but just before that had 3 straight wins in the Prospect Series. Sarnia, Georgian Downs, and Clinton. The one at Georgian Downs won by 12 1/4 lengths. Giddy up, and then followed up with a win of 6 1/4 at Sarnia. So 8-time winner on the season, 1-5 on the board. Number 3, Eight Way Roller certainly has been rolling well and did win a Prospect Series also the same day, August the 19th, as did St. Mike's Carey Blues, and has had 1 start since then. Finished second in a Prospect Series at Sarnia, second beaten just half a length by that dude. Eight Way Roller. Overall, the recent body of work is really fine. 6 consecutive top 3 finishes in a row. Eight Way Roller, I think, is the main threat to St. Mike's Carey Blues. And Eight Way Roller, Sammy Filia, Julie Walker. Sammy's having a breakout year. Eight Way Roller is 5-2. Number 2, Macedonia. Well, back-to-back, was third last race, placed back to 4th, but you see also a third at Georgian Downs August the 12th, so has lately shown a tendency for third, and I think with the status of the first 2 that I mentioned, I think Macedonia is the most likely one after them, but probably not. I don't see Macedonia breaking in between those 2. And Macedonia, one thing to note, does get a better post position and did last time out to go inside pylons. That's the reason for being placed from 3rd to 4th. And then one more is number 4, Uncle Douglas. Did have a couple of thirds, one at Grand River and one at Georgian Downs last race. Post 8 at Grand River. Tough to overcome, finishing 6th, but now gets a better post. So Uncle Douglas, Travis Henry for Mark Etzel. This is one that could rebound and be a top 3 factor. Uncle Douglas is 4-1, but all eyes are on 5 St. Mike's Carey Blues as expected, 2-5. Gate is rolling for race number 2. Northern Drifter, Macedonia on the inside. In the center, 8-way roller to the outside, Uncle Douglas and St. Mike's Carey Blues. It's a field of 5 for the second dash. The field for the second race. Approaching the top of the stretch. Field for the second race. Isn't the start of the rough an eight-way roller with Macedonia off-stride as Northern Drifter. St. Mike's Kerry Blues is three wide into the turn, and racing forth is Uncle Douglas, and the field works their way on around the turn, and it is Macedonia eight-way roller. St. Mike's Kerry Blues as they race their way on into the backstretch. Macedonia with a lead of a couple of lengths right now. Eight-way roller racing along in second, and then St. Mike's Kerry Blues is third. On the pylons, about 4 1/4 from the front, and Uncle Douglas is racing for 28 3 opening quarter. And it is Macedonia. Lead of a length and 3/4 over eight-way roller. St. Mike's Kerry Blues is on the inside third. 1-5 favorite is patiently being kept along to the inside. Uncle Douglas is racing fourth, and they come off the turn. Macedonia leads right now over a length and 3/4 of our eight-way roller. St. Mike's Kerry Blues is third. Uncle Douglas fourth, and Northern Drifter after that early break is well back. 59-second halftime, and the field works their way on into the backstretch. 30 second pedal breather from Macedonia, and eight-way roller is angled out, and eight-way roller looking to catch up to Macedonia. Macedonia still by length and 3/4. Eight-way roller and racing position third. There goes St. Mike's Kerry Blues now, and is out 3 deep and is coming on gamely. He's only a length and a half off the lead third. Macedonia trying to deal with eight-way roller and St. Mike's Kerry Blues, and then Uncle Douglas is on the inside behind those three. 1:28 for the 3/4 time. St. Mike's Kerry Blues, three wide, is taking the lead now. St. Mike's Kerry Blues and Macedonian eight-way roller, and Uncle Douglas. St. Mike's Kerry Blues. Uncle Douglas went off stride, and it is St. Mike's Kerry Blues cruising at the finish with no urging to win. Then eight-way roller, Macedonia. Uncle Douglas finishing fourth, a mile of 1:58 flat. The inquiry time were pertaining to that break in stride of number 4, Uncle Douglas. There is St. Mike's Kerry Blues. Damian McClellan with the winning drive. St. Mike's Kerry Blues, a 3-year-old Green Manalishi. Bay gelding owned by Yolanda Fellows and Edward Wilson and Steve McGill and Patrick Dillon. Robert Kyle Fellows, the trainer. 9th win in 16 starts this year for St. Mike's Kerry Blues. 10th win lifetime. And fans, the judges ruling no violations by number 4, Uncle Douglas, will stand forth. The second race payouts. Number 5, St. Mike's Kerry Blues, 240, 210, 210. 3 8-way roller, 290, 210. 2 Macedonia, 210. $2 exactor is 680. Dollar try, 785. $2 double of 3 and 5, 33.30. Second race. Order of finish from the top. 5 3 2 4 1. That's 5 3 2 4 1. And fans, our caretaker of the week here at Flamboro Downs is Kim O'Reilly. Kim O'Reilly is our Flamboro Downs caretaker of the week. Field on post spread for race number 3. One is Pahokee, Paul McKenzie for Wayne Henry and Henry Stable. Number 2, Don't Change My Name, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Number 3, Banks a Million, Travis Henry for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Erna Corbeil and Irene Carey and Guy Laporte. Number 4 is Marie H., Damien McClellan for Kyle Bostons and Fred Niclerio. Number 5 is Tricky Trish, Semi-Filia for Rick Ziron and Hut Racing. Number 6, Road Promises, Mike Horner, Drives and Trains for R.W. Equine and Mark Horner. Number 7, Winks Blue Chip, Austin Torrey for Chris Rogers and Lori and Richard Ferguson. And number 8, Kayla's in Charge, Louis Gregg for Vicky Gregg and James Dale. It's a field of 8 for race number 3, Prospect Series, 3-year-old trotting fillies. Let's look at this field, and we'll start with number 4, Marie H. And, well, got the W in 2 of the last 3 starts, and last race went to the front and just bombed the field. And also that other win at Sarnia was a front-end effort, but that one was at least a little closer. The last one just destroyed the field. Marie H. and Damien McClellan looking to come back and get another win in the Prospect Series. That win at Sarnia was in the Prospect Series, and Marie H. and Damien McClellan for Kyle Bostons is currently 9-5. Number 1, Pahokee, is one that raced well last race, and now this is one with a couple of runner-up finishes in the past 3 starts. Look at the season. 10 runner-up finishes in 22 starts, but just 2 wins. Pahokee, one that you can use on the exactor ticket and feel kind of confident. A 4-1 exactor seems very logical in here. Others to get a look at. Number 8, Kayla's in Charge, is one that last time out was second in with prospect starters at Mohawk. In fact, the last 2 starts were in with that level and was competitive in both. And then the last time this one was in a prospect series was at Georgian Downs August the 19th and finished 3rd. Kayla's in Charge, outside post, but has a shot to get on the top 3. Is 10 out of 16 in the top 3 on the year, 8 of those being top 2 finishes. Kayla's in Charge and Louis Gregg, 9-2. And then one more is number 5, Tricky Trish, and one that was a winner in a maiden class last time out. Did not fare well in the Prospect Series, though, at Georgian Downs, and then the next time out in a Prospect Series at Sarnia was a bit better, finishing 4th, but then improved last race at Grand River, 58-1 win, and one that battled hard early and then was able to just come home in 31-1 and still hold on to win. Tricky Trish and Sammy Filioff for Rick Ziron, 7-2. Right now, number 4, Marie H. is the even money favorite, as expected. Gate is rolling for race number 3. Pahokee, Don't Change My Name, and Banks a Million on the inside. In the center, Marie H. and Tricky Trish to the outside. Road Promises, Wings Blue Chip, and Kayla's in charge. It's a field of 8 for the third dash. They're in the stretch, gathering speed, approaching the start. And the rough, Marie H. and Banks a Million, Don't Change My Name. Then it is Road Promises and Tricky Trish and Pahokee. Then it is back to Winks Beluchev and Kayla's in charge. But right now, Banks a Million dueling with Don't Change My Name, and 3 wide is Marie H. On into the backstretch they go. Don't Change My Name with inside advantage, and Marie H. is still 3 wide pressing on. Banks a Million is going to take back and find a seat along to the inside. In front of Pahokee and Tricky Trish, and then Road Promises and Winks Beluchev and Kayla's in charge. But now Marie H. 2 to 5 on the board is able to come on and clear to the front. Don't Change My Name has changed position and is now second, filling the pocket. 28 and 4 opening quarter. Banks a Million is third. Pahokee's racing fourth. Tricky Trish and Road Promises and Winks Blue Chip and Kayla's in charge, and off the turn they come. Marie H. has got the lead for Damian McClellan. Don't Change My Name and Bruce Richardson second. Pahokee is not poking around any longer, has stepped out and is moving first up third. Banks a Million fourth, and Tricky Trish to the outside. Then Kayla's in charge is moving. Then it is back to Road Promises, and Winks Blue Chip is trailing. And they work their way on down the backstretch of a 58 and 2 halftime and a 28 and 4 opening quarter, and Marie H. is leading. Don't Change My Name is in the pocket. Pahokee on the inside, but now Tricky Trish is moving. Tricky Trish is taken over third. Pahokee's back to fourth, and Kayla's in charge is closing ground. And off stride went Banks a Million. 3/4, 128 and 1. Marie H. is leading by a length and a half over Don't Change My Name, and Tricky Trish is getting closer now, is taking over second. Marie H. has got the lead. Tricky Trish is second. Then Don't Change My Name, and Kayla's in charge is going to be rolled out wide on down the stretch where they come. Marie H. is looking for the W, but has to deal with Tricky Trish, who's getting closer. Tricky Trish on the outside is going to come on by and win. Then Marie H., and then it was Don't Change My Name, and Kayla's in charge. 158 and 2. There's a look at the winner of race number 3. It's number 5, Tricky Trish. Sammy Fillion, the winning driver. Tricky Trish, mile of 158 and 2, is a 3-year-old Trixton Bay Fillion by Hut Racing and trained by Rick Ziron. Third win for Tricky Trish this year and lifetime, and second in a row. Third race payouts 5 Tricky Trish. $13, 510 and 334. Marie H 232.10. 2 Don't Change My Name 380. $2 exactor $37. Dollar try 73.45. Dollar super 327.25. 20-cent super 65.45. Third race over a finish from the top 538 21674. That's 538 21674 on the bottom. field for race number 4 is on parade. 1, Heaven's Guard Dog, Jay Harris for Derek Anderson and Russ Gorley. Number 2, Rebel, J.R. Plot for Tess Waxman and Michael Fox. Number 3 is The Sleeping Giant, Paul McKenzie for Gary McDonald and Nickway Farms. And number 4, Classy Dancer, Jason Wright for Francis Guillemette and Michelle Latendre. Number 6 is Rowdy Patrick, Daryl Thiessen for Corey Giles and Brad Gray. Number 5, Moonshine Magic, Michael Salas for Jeff Williams and Boris Loss. 7, Gnarls Barkley, Jody Jameson for Paul Cameron and Princeton Farms. And number 8 is Ceylon Spice, Sammy Filia for Luke Bland Determination. Field of 8, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field. 2-year-old Colson Gelding's on the pace. And, well, we'll start with number 2, Rebull. And this is one that's been knocking on the door of victory the last couple starts. Beaten half a length in both of them. And just looks like a horse that's ready to break through. Gets off the gate well. Another good post position. I think today is the day for Rebull. Fans agree. 3-5 on the board. Others. Number 6, Rowdy Patrick. Well, Rowdy Patrick is one that last raced August the 3rd at Georgian Downs. So Rowdy Patrick is one that might need a start, but also is one that was okay against some tougher company in a few spots. And I just think Rowdy Patrick compares well in this spot. Mile of 57-1 at Georgian Downs last race compares well here. Rowdy Patrick and Daryl Thiessen for Corey Giles is on the board at 11-1. After the 3-5 and 2 Rebull, the odds are kind of inflated all over the place. And then the outside couple are taking a little bit of money. And number 8, Ceylon Spice, Sammy Filia for Luke Blay. And of course, why not? Third in a Prospect Series at Hanover last race. Just a mile of 2:01 and 2, but Hanover does not yield quick times. Did race in 57-3 in a maiden class at Mohawk September the 3rd. Finished 5th. It's had just 3 starts, so certainly could improve. And one that is a $277,000 yearling purchase. Ceylon Spice, Sammy Filia for Luke Blay, 6-1. And then one more is number 7, Gnarls Barkley, and one that, well, last time out raced here wasn't really a factor, finishing 7th, but has had only 2 starts, and was 3rd in the debut mile August the 31st at Georgian Downs. And Gnarls Barkley, Jody Jameson for Paul Cameron, is 7-2. Number 2, Rebull, 3-5 as the favorite. Gates rolling for the fourth race. Field is turning into the stretch drive. It's a field of 8. Field for the fourth race is at the start of the rough, and Gnarls, Barkley, Rowdy, Patrick, Reeble, Moonshine Magic as they drive on into that first turn. But right now, Reeble is able to bull right out and get the lead. Moonshine Magic, and then Gnarls, Barkley, and Heaven's Guard Dog. Rowdy Patrick is back racing position 5th, and then for the back is Classy Dancer, Ceylon Spice, and the Sleeping Giant is sleeping right now, trailing the field. Reeble 1-9 on the board, leads, and Heaven's Guard Dog went down to the inside into the safety lane after a break in stride. Racing position second right now is Moonshine Magic at 40-1 in behind the heavily favored 1-9 Reeble, and then Gnarls Barkley and Rowdy Patrick, and then Classy Dancer and Ceylon Spice, and they race on up towards the half. Reeble J.R. Plot leads at about 2.5 right now over Moonshine Magic. Gnarls Barkley pops to the outside to come first over third. Rowdy Patrick follows to the outside. Then Classy Dancer and Ceylon Spice. 59 flat is the halftime. And they work their way on into the backstretch, and it is still Reeble who picked up a 30-3 panel breather, looking to deal with Gnarls. Barkley has bounced up into contention now. Moonshine Magic's on the inside third. Rowdy Patrick a little closer fourth, and now Classy Dancer is coming on, and then Ceylon Spice as they work their way on towards and by 3/4, 128-3. Reeble continues on. Reeble, Rowdy Patrick, Gnarls Barkley is now third, and Classy Dancer is now taking over third as Gnarls Barkley is back to fourth, and then Moonshine Magic. Reeble as they turn for home on down the stretch drive they come. Reeble was the best in here, and that is Noble, and is going to win it by about 3. Rowdy Patrick second, Classy Dancer, Gnarls Barkley 158-2. Reeble. There is look at the winner, number 2, Reeble. J.R. Plot with the winning drive, and Reeble is a 2-year-old Bulldog Hanover Bay Colt owned by Tess Waxman and Michael Fox. Tess Waxman is the trainer. First win for Reeble, victorious in 158-2. the fourth race. Number 2, Rebel, 230, 210, 210. 6, Rowdy Patrick, 543.44. Classy Dancer, 550. $2 exactor, 1060. Dollar try, 38.35. Dollar super, 84.55. 20-cent super, 16.91. Dollar pick 3, 17.90. Fourth race, so we're finished from the top. 817-35246. That's 817-35246 on the bottom. for the fifth on parade. 1 full credit, Daryl Thiessen for Jacob Roberts in Triple S Equine. Number 2 is YYC on the Horizon, Jason Ryan for Malik Smith and Michelle Letarte and Verinder Gill. Number 3 is Beach Tour, Mike Horner, drives and trains for Mark Horner and REW Equine. And number 4 is Sports Sense, Brent McDonough for Mitchell Tierney and Lynn Cameron and Robert Dion. Number 6, Wild River Bumblebee, semi-filia for Julie Walker and Dr. John Bradbury. Number 7 is Elliott Moose, Travis Gulliver, Jody Cullen, and Don McRae. And number 8, J.J. Tommy, Jay Harris for Andrew Harris. Number 9, Going Fast, Austin Sorry for Gerard Demers and Tag Incorporated. And 5, Typhoon Stride, J.R. Platt for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. Field of 9, race number 5. Let's get a look at this field. Well, we'll start with number 2, YYC on the Horizon, and why not? Back-to-back wins, and, last time out was able to track down Elliott Moose and YYC on the Horizon. 2 wins, a second, and a pair of thirds in the past 5 starts, so YYC on the Horizon has been good for Malik Smith, and Jason Ryan driving YYC on the Horizon is one that the last couple of starts got off the gate reasonably well. Should be somewhat forwardly placed and a good chance to pounce. 5-2 on the board. A co-favorite along with number 7, Elliott Moose, who'd like to turn the tables on YYC on the Horizon because Elliott Moose did all of the work on the lead last race but couldn't get loose and then had to give up the lead to YYC on the Horizon late in the mile. So Elliott Moose, post position 7. We'll see if it's the same tactics or tries racing from off the pace, but Elliott Moose and Travis Culliver, Jody Cullen is 2-1. And then others to look at. How about 9, Going Fast? Well, this is one that's had a really good season, made 51,000 in 27 starts. Wasn't great last race, post position 7, but maybe from the trailer post, there is some gate speed down on the inside in the name of Full Credit, who's likely to blast out. Going Fast at Austin Sorry needs to work out a trip, but is capable of winning in here. A strong barn, that of Gerard Demers, and is 6-1. And number 8, J.J. Tommy, is one that raced better last time out. J.J. Tommy is one that, is back in the same class off of a second to YYC on the Horizon. That was September the 7th. Since then, YYC had another start September the 14th, so J.J. Tommy's been out of the box 2 weeks and is currently on the board at 4-1. But fans are on number 2, YYC on the Horizon, slightly 7-5 over Elliott Moose from post position 7 at 2-1. It's a field of 9 for race number 5. And it is Full Credit, YYC on the Horizon, and Beach Tour on the inside. In the center, Sports Sense and Typhoon Stride to the outside. Wild River Bumblebee, Elliott Moose, and JJ Tommy in the second tier, going fast. Field of nine, fifth race on a Sunday night at Flamboro Downs. Here they come. Field for the fifth race is at the start of the rough, and it is Elliott Moose and J.J. Tommy, the first couple to leave home. Full credit on the inside. YYC on the horizon, but full credit is going to press out using that post-one advantage to get the lead. Elliott Moose is second, continues to drive. YYC on the horizon is third. Then J.J. Tommy off stride, went going fast and racing fifth. Now is Typhoon Stride in front of Beach Tour. Then it is back to Sports Sense and Wild River Bumblebee, and Elliott Moose 9-5 on the board's got a lead of about 3 lengths right now. 26-4 opening panel. Full credit is second. YYC on the horizon is third. And racing in front of JJ Tommy. Now Beach Tour to the outside, and also popping out is Typhoon Stride. Then it is Sports Sense and back to Wild River Bumblebee. And back to going fast after an early break is trailing the field. Elliott Moose has the lead. Here comes YYC on the horizon. Now bursting onto the scene. Elliott Moose and YYC on the horizon. Full credit is racing third. Then it is Typhoon Stride on the outside, trying to take over fourth and grab it from J.J. Tommy. Halftime 56-4. Sports Sense is racing sixth, and seventh is Beach Tour. And then it is going fast in Wild River Bumblebee. But it is Elliott Moose, 9-5 on the board, trying to hold off the heavily favored YYC on the horizon. 3-5, it is a length back and chipping away. Full credits racing third. JJ Tommy fourth, and then Typhoon Stride. Wild River Bumblebee is buzzing 3 wide and is moving. Then it is back to Sports Sense and Beach Tour and trailing, going fast, and they're dueling onto the final turn. 3/4, 124-3. YYC on the horizon and Elliott Moose. YYC on the horizon has taken a slim lead. Elliott Moose tries to rally. Full credit on down the stretch. Front they come. YYC on the horizon is cruising now. YYC on the horizon is going to win, and then for second it went to Wild River Bumblebee, and then Elliott Moose, and fourth is between Beach Tour and Full Credit. 154-4. YYC on the horizon. Back in front of us is the winner of race number 5. It's number 2, YYC on the horizon. 4-year-old vertical horizon bay gelding. Jason Ryan, the winning driver. The trainer is Malik Smith, who shares an ownership with Michelle Letard. 5th win on this season, 11th lifetime. YYC on the horizon. 154-4, third straight win. The fifth race, Payouts 2 YYC on the Horizon. 350, 250, 210, 6 Wild River Bumblebee, 1830 and 550 and 7 Elliott Moose 230. $2 exactor 90.50, dollar try 146.40, and the 20-cent high five 1050 449, 20-cent pick five 66.40. fifth race, or we're finished from the top. 415-872-369. That's 415-872-369 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the sixth one is Ram. Lorimer McClure drives and trains and owns along with Martin Kempfer. Note that one Ram is racing without trotting hobbles. Two, That Dude. Jason Ryan for Doug Bowens and Russell Taylor. And number three, Sound and Vision. Travis Henry for Mark Ketzel and Terry DeVos and Peter Porter and Denise Turner. Number four is DeGrasse Ain't Greener. It's Daryl Thiessen for Keith Jones and Doug McCarthy. There is number 6, Brideown Green Bean. Paul McKenzie over Pam Forky and Brideown Farms. Field of 5, race number 6, Prospect Series. The 5 is out, and 1 Ram races without trotting hobbles. Let's look at this field. And first one we'll look at is number 4, DeGrasse Ain't Greener. 5-2 on the board. This one, the grass has gotten very green the last couple of starts. A strong second and a win. Daryl Thiessen taking the driving duties as Keith Jones has turned over the lines to Daryl, and DeGrasse Ain't Greener. This is one that blasted out and cleared to the lead past the quarter last race and was strong to the finish. DeGrasse Ain't Greener overall is having a pretty fine season, has 3 wins and 8 out of 17 in the top 3, but I think this one's really coming on nicely of late. Son of Green Man Alishi, that is 5-2 on the board. Number 2, That Dude, is the 6-5 favorite right now. And one thing is DeGrasse Ain't Greener was racing in sort of a lower, like a non-winners of 2 type condition, whereas the last time out That Dude was racing the class above that one. And last race was 6th, but not really a factor from post 7. You do see this one beating a Prospect Series back 2 races ago. Prospect Series here in this 6th race, so That Dude, strong potential bounce back, and also was good in a Prospect Series July the 14th for 3/4, well, 7/8 of the mile, and then a few got by. But That Dude, Jason Ryan, I think is a big bounce back player. I like DeGrasse Ain't Greener a bit better, but That Dude, 9-5, is certainly worthy of a lot of attention. Number 6, Brideown Green Bean. Well, I definitely don't like green beans, but I don't mind this horse. This is one that raced from off the pace at Sarnia last race from an outside post and kept on coming to finish as second. Might be able to get away a little closer to the pace here. And Brideown Green Bean, Paul McKenzie for Pam Forky, 3-1. And then number 3, Sound and Vision. Tried Mohawk last race, did not fare well, but in a non-winners of 3 at Grand River 2 starts back, was second to Barcy. That's a tough group. Sound and Vision was in against some solid ones and was more than sound, was second. And you also see a second in a Dream of Glory series July the 26th at Hanover. Sound and Vision, dangerous in here. Travis Henry for Mark Etzel, 9-5. The co-favorites of the 2, That Dude, and 3, Sound and Vision. And yet, I'm going to prefer DeGrasse Ain't Greener, who is at 2-1. Gate is rolling for race number 6. Ram and That Dude on the inside. In the center, Sound and Vision. And to the outside, DeGrasse Ain't Greener and Brideown Green Bean. Field of 5. Race number 6. They're at the start of the rough, and it is DeGrasse ain't greener. That dude, sound and vision. DeGrasse ain't greener. Right now is going to come right out and grab the early lead. And racing second, that dude, sound and vision off stride. Brow Down Green Bean is racing third, and Ram is fourth right now. And they work their way on up to the opening quarter. DeGrasse ain't greener at 2-1. Has the lead over that dude, who's 9-5 on the board. Brow Down Green Bean 5-1 is third, and then Long Shot Ram is racing fourth. And field is spread out a little bit. Opening quarter at 29. DeGrasse ain't greener, and Daryl Thiessen now looking to rein this one in a little bit and pick up a second panel breather in front by 2.5 right now over that dude. Brow Down Green Bean third. Rams racing fourth, and off the turn they come. DeGrasse ain't greener leading right now by about to 4. And then it is that dude, and there goes Brow Down Green Bean now, moving up on the outside. Paul trying to get the plugs out as they race their way on past the half, and then Ram, and they work their way on up past the 5/8, and it is still DeGrasse ain't greener. Grass is looking pretty green right now. That dude is second. Brow Down Green Bean third, and Ram is racing fourth. DeGrasse ain't greener leads by about 3.5. That dude is second. Brow Down Green Bean third. Ram is fourth, and they race their way on by the 3/4, and Sound and Vision making a recovery to take over fourth as Ram is dropping back. DeGrasse ain't greener continues to drive on. 1:28.3 the 3/4 time. DeGrasse ain't greener. That dude as they turn for home. Those two on down the stretch drive. DeGrasse ain't greener just keeps on driving. DeGrasse ain't greener is able to mow down this field and win it. That dude is second. Brow Down Green Bean, Sound and Vision finishing fourth, a mile of 1:58.4. The inquiry sign going up pertaining to the breaking stride of 3, Sound and Vision. Back in front of us, the winner of race number 6, number 4, DeGrasse ain't greener. 3-0 Green Manalishi Bay gelding up by Doug McCarthy. Keith Jones, the trainer. Daryl Thiessen, double barrel Daryl, guns them down in the 6th. 4th win on the season and lifetime for DeGrasse ain't greener. 158.4. fans, the judges ruling there were no violations in the sixth race, but number 3, Sound and Vision, will stand fourth. Sixth race, number 4, to Grass Ain't Greener, pays $6, $3, 272. That Dude, 310, 210. 6, Bride on Green Bean, $4, $2 Exactor, 1270. Dollar Try, 1680. Dollar Super, 54.60. And the 20-cent Pick 4, 1984. Sixth race. Order of finish top down. 5241 scratch 3. That's 5241 scratch 3 in the bottom. And fans, once again, note that our caretaker of the week here at Flamboro Downs is Kim O'Reilly. Kim O'Reilly is our caretaker of the week. And the track condition will be downgraded from fast to good and minus 1 second. Field for the seventh on parade. One, Timel Emerald, Travis Henry for Mark Etzel and Timel Farms. Number 2, Grace's Secret, Jason Ryan for Greg McNair and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 3, It's Not My Fault, Sammy Filia for Kim Baxter and Coyote Wind Farms. Number 4 is Eartha K, Daryl Thiessen for Steve Bossens and Derek Reed and Richard Thompson and ECS Racing. Number 5 is Not Passable, Jody Jameson for Carl Jameson. Number 6, Abby's Medal, Austin Sorry for Rick Zeron at Hut Racing. And number 7, Val for Vanna, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Field of 7, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, I'm going to start with number 5, Not Passable, in this prospect series. And Not Passable is one that raced well against prospect starters last time out at Mohawk. Mile of 56 and 3 on the lead a good chunk of the race. A couple got by very late. It's Not My Fault was one of them, and Timel Emerald the other. So I'm going to go to Not Passable, though, because the show's improving form now. And if you look further back late June and July, back-to-back wins in a prospect series. Also beat prospect starters July the 29th at Mohawk in 55 and 4. I think Not Passable is coming back into top form now, and I'm going to bank on this one to get the better of the two that beat her last time out, 6-5. Number 4, Eartha K, has been racing consistently well all season and is 10 out of 13 in the top 3. Most recently placed third at Grand River in an optional 20,000 claiming handicap. And you also see this one beating prospect starters at Mohawk, back-to-back starts there. Eartha K, 3 wins on the season. Daryl Thiessen for Steve Bossens is currently on the board at 9-2. Quickly, we'll get to It's Not My Vault, one that, was a good a winner at Mohawk 2 starts ago, beating Timel Emerald and Not Passable. That one is on the board at 3-2. And one Timel Emerald is one that was a very game second at Mohawk just 2 starts back. Also fits well in here and is 3-1. But it's a field of 7 for the 7th race. And it is 3-year-old Trotting Fillies Prospect Series taking up positions. Timel Emerald and Grace's Secret on the inside. It's Not My Vault, Eartha K, and Not Passable in the center. The outside, Abby's Medal and Val for Vanna. And the field for the 7th race. Gathering speed, approaching the start. And they're at the start of the off-ender. Eartha K is the first one to drive out, and off stride goes Val for Vanna. Then racing second is Abby's Medal as they drive their way on into the turn. Down to the inside, Not Passable now is moving up, and off stride goes Abby's Medal. Not Passable fills the pocket. Grace's Secret is racing third. It's Not My Vault fourth, and Timel Emerald is fifth, but Eartha K leads as they race on to the opening quarter. Not Passable is 2 back, racing position second. Grace's Secret third. Then It's Not My Vault and Timel Emerald. Eartha Kay and Gerald Cheeson on a lead of a length and a half over Not Passable as they work their way on past that opening quarter in 30 seconds. And Grace's Secret third. It's Not My Vault is fourth, and Tamil Emerald is racing fifth. Eartha Kay leads now as they come off the turn and roll on towards us. Not Passable is biding time in the pocket, and Grace's Secret is third. It's Not My Vault is fourth. Tamil Emerald down swings to the outside. Will get the cover of It's Not My Vault, who took out from fourth, and then Foul for Vanna is second last. Halftime 101, 31 seconds play, and it is still Eartha Kay with a lead. Eartha Kay, Not Passable on the inside, and It's Not My Vault, and then Grace's Secret on down the backstretch. Eartha Kay leads it. Eartha Kay, It's Not My Vault is up to second. Not Passable is 2 1/4 from the lead, racing on the inside third. Tamil Emerald is taken fourth, and then Grace's Secret and Foul for Vanna. They hustle on to 3/4, and Eartha Kay, but chipping away. It's Not My Vault is getting a little closer. Not Passable is racing third, and those three, they race by 3/4, 1:30 and 2. Eartha Kay leading. Eartha Kay with a lead of about just a neck now. It's Not My Vault and Not Passable is up a little bit closer, looking to dart into the passing lane. Eartha Kay, Not Passable, now moves down to the inside. Not Passable is coming quickly up the inside against Eartha Kay. Eartha Kay, though, is game. Eartha Kay is going to hold off Not Passable. Then it was It's Not My Vault and Tamil Emerald. 2 minutes, 2/5. There is look at number 4, Eartha Kay. Gerald Cheeson, the winning drive for Steve Boston's, Derek Green owns, along with Robert Boyce and ECS Racing and Richard Thompson. Eartha Kay is a 3-year-old muscle Mass Bay filly. 4th win for Eartha Kay this year, 5th lifetime. 2 minutes, 2/5. The 7th race payouts for Eartha Kay. $8, 370, 220. 5 Not Passable, 330, 210. 3 It's Not My Vault, 210. $2 exactor, 25.20. Dollar try, 25.70. Dollar super, 74.20. 20-cent super, 14.84. Seventh race order of finish from the top. 4531276. That's 4531276. Field for race number 8 on parade. One town line it is. Mark Cullen for Grace Marshman. Number 2 is Too Much Duncan. Wayne McLean for Beverly Rice. 3 is Scratched in. 4 is Outlaw Dukeworthy. Brody LeCain for Bruno LeCroche. 5 is Some Might Say. Brady Legacy for Rook Legacy and Daniel Legacy. Number 6, Craftsman. Travis Kelly for Rafael Barassa. Number 7, Brooklyn Strong. Dan O'Brien drives and trains and owns. 8 is I'd Imagine. Brett McDonough for Derek Anderson and Gordon Mason. And 9 is St. Lad's Mischief. Daryl Thiessen for John Kennedy and Allison Kennedy. Field of 8. Race number 8. The 3 is out. Let's take a look at this field for the final dash, and we'll start with number 6, Craftsman. Now, last time out, raced here in the non-winners at 2, Boy, that didn't exactly work out well, but was in the non-winners at two, August the 31st at Georgian Downs and finished third. It's a substantial class drop, and also before that last start, back in early August, you also see a couple of thirds in the non-winners at two. I think the step down for Craftsman, this one's definitely got a big chance to win. 3 to 5 on the board. You got to be a tool if you don't think this one's got a big chance to win here. Craftsman and Travis Cullen, 3 to 5. Others to take a look at in here. Number 9, St. Lad's Mischief, coming in off of a second in this class last time out. One that's had only 6 starts on the year. I think St. Lad's Mischief off that last start because also this is one that had been out a while, hadn't raced since early March. So that was a decent mile considering the layoff. St. Lad's Mischief and Daryl Thiessen, 10 to 1. Number 2, Too Much Duncan, loves to finish third, so I took him for third. And why not? Well, you look at the recent form. That's about where this one seems to compare in here. Gets off the gate well. Last race didn't leave, but before that was getting off the gate very well. And only one top two finish in 25 starts this year, but 10 thirds out of 25. So Too Much Duncan on the board at 12 to 1. And then a quick look at number 8, I'd imagine. And I imagine this one has a chance to be closing late to maybe get onto the bottom of the ticket. Was fourth last time out from post 6. I'd imagine is 6 to 1. Gate is rolling for race number 8. Town line it is. Too Much Duncan, Adriatico Hanover on the inside. In the center, it's Outlaw Duke Worthy. And some might say to the outside, Craftsman, Brooklyn Strong, I'd imagine. Second tier, St. Lad's Mischief. Field of 8 scratched as Adriatico Hanover. They're at the start and they're off, and it is Brooklyn Strong who's leaving out with Craftsman, and some might say Too Much Duncan. Outlaw Duke Worthy, Town Line it is on the inside, but Too Much Duncan is on the early lead. Too Much Duncan, some might say Craftsman is driving 3 wide, then Town Line it is, and Brooklyn Strong, and then it is back to Outlaw Duke Worthy, and I'd imagine, and St. Lad's Mischief, but it is, some might say, trying to press on and grab the lead from Too Much Duncan, and Craftsman is still plumbing away on the outside as they race their way on past that opening quarter in 28 seconds, and it is right now on the inside. Too Much Duncan trying to hold off, some might say, for the early lead. Too Much Duncan at 7 to 1. Some might say caught, and also on the outside is Craftsman. Town Light it is right there sitting in the pocket on the back of Too Much Duncan. So some might say is parked and forced to drive on, and Craftsman is on the back of some might say. A lot of action in this final dash, and Outlaw Duke Worthy is on the outside, part of the outer flow, about 4.5 off the lead, 57.5 time. Brooklyn Strong, then it is back to I'd imagine, and trailing the field right now is St. Lad's Mischief, but Too Much Duncan at 7 to 1 still has the lead. Town Line it is racing position second. Some might say backs away. Brooklyn Strong saving ground up the inside to take third. Some might say is a parked fourth, and then driving through the inside is St. Lad's Mischief. Then Outlaw Duke Worthy. Craftsman has been out the whole way and backed away to trail the field as second last is I'd imagine. 127-2. The 3/4 time, Too Much Duncan leading. Town Line it is has been getting a trim. Too Much Duncan and Town Line it is, and Brooklyn Strong, and then St. Lad's Mischief, and I'd imagine on down the stretch front they come. Too Much Duncan and Town Line it is. Too Much Duncan coming to the finish, and Too Much Duncan was too much horse for this field. Town Line it is, and then I'd imagine St. Lad's Mischief and Brooklyn Strong. 158-1. Too Much Duncan. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 8, number 2, Too Much Duncan, 10-year-old Sosa Real Bay Gelding, by Beverly Rice, trained by Wayne McLean. It's a Sudbury Sunday night. Wayne McLean victorious. First win on the season for Too Much Duncan, 31st lifetime. Eighth race payouts two, Too Much Duncan. 16.10, $5, 310. 1, Town Light it is, 6.90, 4.10, and 8, I'd imagine $6. $2 exactor, 73.10, dollar try, 151.95. 20-cent try, 30.39. 20-cent high, 5, 1700, 31.19. Double of 4 and 2 is 50.80. Dollar pick 3, 126.45. 20-cent pick 3 is 25.29. 8th race order of finish from the tops at 2 1. Scratch 6 7 8 5 3 4. That's 2 1. Scratch 6 7 8 5 3 4 in the bottom. Fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Sunday evening. Action resumes here this coming Tuesday night. Our first race will go to post at 6:25 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Shanna.